One.
Your
Okay, welcome everyone to another episode of Idle Downtime. I am DX, and this time around I'm joined by Derek, Colin, Mette, and Marberry. Welcome!
Hey,
Hello.
it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, and the one thing I just couldn't get over after last recording was literally 5 minutes after we were done recording,
Yep.
HKT decided to drop their MVs. I was like, no!
Why?
It's
Of
more
course.
like, yeah, of
Of course.
course, but yeah, even
It's
though
sufficient.
we're idle downtime now, we still got the curse of 48 talk basically. So
Still have the
It's
curse.
we
Always.
still have the
it's
curse.
because us three are in it and we carry this curse.
Yeah,
Oh,
perhaps could
Well,
you
be.
guys.
But
Us
before
guys,
we go
guys.
in, yeah.
Terrible.
But before we go
Yeah.
into this, how's everyone been? So, Colin, what's going on?
Well, the only thing that's on my mind is Eurovision.
Oh, is that time? yet? Wow.
It's tonight, 4 hours from now. I am quite hyped. Reason
What is
being,
it?
Eurovision Song
you're
Contest.
American. Oh my god, you
Who
wouldn't
doesn't
know.
know?
I have no
Only
idea what you're talking
Australia.
about.
What?
Oh,
It's the what is it? The third biggest global show after
Yeah.
the Olympics and what is it? With the
World
halftime
Cup
show.
football. Oh,
The
No,
Super
I
Bowl.
thought with the whole
Super Bowl.
rugby thing.
Oh, Super Bowl, yeah.
Either way,
Super
it's
Bowl.
a
yeah.
song contest between European countries as well as
And
Russia
Australia.
and
And
Australia
Australia.
because they love it.
Yeah.
It's basically
And-
The Voice, but with countries.
And
It's
like-
been going on for this is the 65th edition.
Yeah.
It's
I
a baseball tournament.
No.
No, it's song contest.
Song con- Every
song.
country picks a song and sends to represent them. Like most countries hold like another competition inside the country to
Not
pick a
all.
song, but some countries just they have a team that picks this
Yep.
song. But
Yeah.
it varies from country to country. But every country sends a song to represent them. They perform the songs, and then people can vote.
Yep.
And then there's the winner, and the winner's
Yay.
country hosts the next one.
Yep.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Who votes? Who gets to vote
The
on these
people who
songs?
watch.
Viewers.
Basically, the people
It's a-
who watch from Europe, basically, most of the time, or the people that
Yeah.
happen to be watching the contest, basically. So
Yeah. You
they
can
have
vote.
to.
How's that fair at all?
You can vote for
Like-
your own country.
You can't vote for
Yeah.
your own country.
Oh, that's true.
Ah, okay.
It's he doesn't know Eurovision. That's fine. He's not from Europe.
Yeah.
No, but
Or
basically,
Australia.
yeah. Voting goes like
I
this,
mean,
mostly. Yeah, voting goes like
Wait,
this.
so-
Yeah.
So who's the biggest country participating?
39 countries across
Russia?
Europe.
But there's
Russia?
like Russia is big. Australia is technically big.
Yeah.
Well, not
Yes.
technically, it is big.
Yeah.
The UK is, then there's France, Germany.
Mhm. Germany.
France, and
Sweden is always
So-
awesome.
Yeah, Sweden
So
always
it's-
as well.
Basically, Russia wins every year, then, right?
No.
Because they
no,
have-
no.
Well, never.
No.
We
Well,
never vote.
there's
No,
like
no.
a few years ago during the year when they invaded Ukraine, they even got
Oh
booed.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
the
I
crowd
remember that.
No.
booed
Sorry.
them.
So you're misunderstanding. I'm sorry. You guys were really quick to jump there. No, what I meant was they have the biggest population. Let's just say hypothetically, right?
Yeah.
So they can determine whoever they want to win because they
Yeah.
just have all their people vote for that country.
No,
That's kind of scary.
But the thing
it
is,
makes sense that you think that, but that's not
but
really the
each
case.
country only gets like the vote from each country gets summed up, and then like each country can give a song points from 1 to 12. Like they get to give one song 12 points, one song like 10 points, and so on, and each country gets the same amount of votes. Basically.
Interesting.
No.
There's a jury.
Also, yeah, there's also a jury.
Yeah.
The total amount of
every-
votes is between
but
the
I
people
think-
watching at home and a jury.
Yeah, but I think everybody hates the jury.
Yeah.
As far as I've seen.
They
They're
are.
not very popular.
yeah, never
Who makes
popular.
up- who
Yeah.
makes up the jury? Sorry, I'm just really. I've never. This is the first time I've ever heard of this. I have
That
no
makes
idea
sense.
what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Um,
jury is like people who are selected as experts, music experts and
Yeah.
stuff, and they're chosen by
Yeah.
the Eurovision organization. And
A few people
There's
from
kind-
each country.
Yeah, and there's been multiple times when the people's favorite doesn't win because the
Yeah.
jury fucked them over.
like
Yep.
they did with Norway in 2019, because that was
Ah.
not fair. We
God,
should
yeah.
have won.
It's
Too
awesome.
many people with too many
And,
people.
and there's also always a joke that politics should not be brought into Eurovision, but politics are always brought
Yeah.
into
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah,
definitely going
that's
to be
true.
apparent. Yeah,
Always.
especially when it was held in Israel. Oh my god.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Uh,
Icelandic people.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Oh,
It was some like BDSM anarchist. I don't
oh
know
yeah.
what else.
Really weird.
They had like this long ass scripture for themselves, and they broke so many. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
It's weird.
one last question then. And this is my great segue back to what we're here for. Were there any Idol songs nominated? Because if not, maybe we
No.
could get into
No,
those
no,
right
no.
now.
No
No.
Asian countries involved.
Nope.
Sadly not. Sadly not.
Sorry.
Yeah, Idols would do great in it, I think, if Europe could actually do Idols. Because if
But
it
they
was
have,
a
like-
perfect place.
They have a performer limit, I'm pretty sure. Like
Yeah.
might be. But
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
But
you
they
can't
did
have
win.
more than 6 people on stage. That's true. So that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you can do it, but only with 6 people.
yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
rule. It's a big competition. Everyone in Europe knows about it, and Australia because
fun.
they love it.
So it sounds very interesting. I would
It's-
love to see
it's
something like
great.
that.
It's great. I'm
Yeah,
a fan. I watch it today, the semifinal, Thursday, the second semifinal, and Saturday, the finale.
Aren't
It should
they
be a lot of
streaming
fun.
it on YouTube? I think they are.
Yeah, it's
Don't
it's
know,
streamed on
probably.
YouTube.
Yeah,
live
but
stream on YouTube.
not sure if it's going to be geo-restricted though. But you have to wait and see.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Yeah, because
I don't think
Americans
so, but who
discovered
knows?
it a couple years ago.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna watch
So-
Graham Norton, the BBC
Ah,
version.
that's
Ah,
yes.
figures.
Him as the
Figures.
commentator should be great. But only other thing great about Eurovision is that the Netherlands host this time because we won
Ooh.
with a song that I
Oh.
don't like at all. Still don't.
Yep.
It's terrible. We won, but with a
Duncan,
song
okay.
that I think is utterly
Yeah.
forgettable. But that's me. But I'm
this is
very
so
hyped for
fascinating.
Eurovision.
Also, one more thing about Eurovision, it's so gay.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
gay.
It's
As
so
in-
gay.
80% at the least gay. 80%.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
opinion about it. Still some
Gay,
good
gay
things
is in
about
like
it.
homosexual gay?
Yeah,
Oh.
they've had trans people win a few years
Oh.
ago, like 2014,
Oh, yeah.
like a cross-dresser one,
Oh yeah,
like
Conchita
a
Wurst.
bearded
When
lady.
we got second
Amazing.
with a great song. A lady with a beard won. one
Yeah,
time.
lady with
That's
a beard,
the-
yeah.
That's the mean way of saying it. She is great. Conchita Wurst.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great song.
Yeah,
Um,
but yeah,
What
it's really gay, and the songs are really camp and really fun, and
Oh, yeah.
it's just nuts. And and every year there's like a few joke songs that are just
Oh, yeah.
utterly awful,
yep.
and that's a joke.
Ice
It's gonna
Coming
be
with
fun.
Wings this year.
It's gonna be
Well,
fun.
my European friends enjoy. It sounds very. I'm gonna have to go check this out now. Thanks. I'm
Yeah,
gonna throw it up on
Yes.
YouTube or something.
yeah.
Wow. They
Nice.
stream past ones like I
Yeah,
can
they're
watch like
on
a
YouTube.
summary or something.
Oh yeah, they're on
Ooh.
YouTube.
That's another thing I can get into now. Great.
Yeah.
They got
Uh,
65 editions to watch. So good luck.
Oh, you guys are terrible. Well, so much for me getting any work done.
There's one I think
Yeah.
is not televised. There's only one that has no recording. But other than that,
come?
good luck.
Wait, back up. Why is that? What happened?
It was in 1952 or
Oh,
3.
Yeah.
like they're working it out.
Very early.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just so many iconic performances.
Oh yeah.
Like
ABBA.
the time, yeah, or the time Ireland
Titanic.
sent Turkey in.
What was
Wow.
Celine Dion.
Yeah,
Celine
Celine Dion.
Yep.
Yeah,
Celine Dion won.
Yeah. just
That's for outside of
oh,
for
and an
non-Europeans.
interesting thing: the first black man to win Eurovision was from Estonia.
Wait.
Oh yeah,
What?
that's true.
Wow.
Estonia's population is
Awesome.
literally basically only white people, but somehow we've got like one black guy and he won it. That's the
I mean-
one time Estonia has won Eurovision.
I mean, what are the chances, right?
What are
That's,
the
that's,
odds? Yeah. What are the odds? Oh my god.
you know
Either
what's
way.
interesting? I had something weird like that happen to me yesterday or the other day.
Oh.
Not quite on that level, but okay. So I was riding in the train to go to a live show, and the trains in Tokyo. The one train I was on was about 10 cars. Okay, so you got to think. I don't know how many hundreds or even if there's 1,000 people can be fit in there on a good day when they're packing you in like sardines. But it was a weekend, so it was fairly crowded, but not too crowded, right? And I'm sitting there, and I'm hearing like some voices sound familiar to me. My head's kind of down. I'm like looking at my phone, whatever, like everybody else. And I look up, and I see like girls dressed in costumes that look very idle. And then I look a little closer, and it's the freaking group I'm gonna go see.
Wow.
They hadn't been to the show yet.
Coincidence.
Okay, they're standing with the producer, and then even more, they didn't see me at all. They literally, when the doors open, I was at the corner seat. I was like sitting at the corner seat,
Uh-huh.
and there's the doors, and the doors open, and they walked right out, and I'm like right here, and they don't even look at me, and I'm thinking like, first of all, what are the chances out of this entire train, the exact time, the exact space with the group that I'm gonna go see is standing right there?
Very
I mean, what-
minor.
The odds are, they have to be astronomical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Wow.
But here's the kicker. This has happened to me more than once, like several times, and I don't get it because it's like I even left way early. It wasn't like I was close to the time they probably would have went there. I'm just thinking, well, I got to get there early. I have business. I mean, just what are the chances? Like,
I
it's
mean,
just
they
crazy.
probably thought the same. We're gonna go get there early.
Yeah, basically.
Very
Could
handy.
be.
Yeah, you're probably right. It was just, I don't know, but it's like Japan is, Tokyo's 30-some million people living in it, and the trains are so big and massive, and it's just like, how did that happen? It's like, and not only that, it's happened to me more than once. Like, it's just, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
So, anyways, that's it. So, will everybody else have a good
Yeah.
couple
Meta.
days, weeks?
Yeah, Meta, what happened? What's going on in your end?
I have a cat now.
Yep.
Ooh.
A very tiny little kitten.
Where? I don't see this cat. Where is this cat that you speak of?
She's on.
I would like to see this cat. But the last time we saw you had like a stuffed animal. Now it's a real animal.
She's
Gotta
on her
Boy,
way
you
to the
upgraded,
vet.
didn't you?
Oh yeah, I went from a mountain to a cat.
Yeah.
A natural
Call up a
progression.
bit on Discord. She sent a few pictures.
Yeah.
The cat's cute.
But she's gone to the vet now, so you can see her maybe next time or something. But she's adorable.
I'm really like, we should have postponed this until I could see your cat. I love cats. You don't understand. Like,
Gotcha.
I just got done taking Chucky
Yeah.
tonight of a girl, like an idol whose thing is like she wears these like little Neko ears, and
Mm.
I was
Yeah.
like so happy. And it's just like now you have a cat instead of a stuffed animal object. That's
Nice to know
interesting.
your priorities, Derek. You care more about Metis cat than us.
Oh,
I mean, come on, it's a cat. It's just we've not had an official animal mascot. It'd be kind of cool to
she's
have a
3
cat
months
to hang
old,
out.
so she's very cute.
Please train your cat to watch this with us and do this show with us.
That's gonna be when she's finished trying to eat my toes, because that's really popular right now. And that would be really difficult trying to sit through this and also going, don't eat me, don't eat me.
And not
Right.
giggle from
Not
the
giggle,
tickling.
yeah, exactly.
It'd be kind of funny though. We don't know why, but it'd be funny if we didn't tell anybody. Like that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
Random times
But
she
you're here
giggled.
like oh, and we're just all like we're trying to keep our laughter in, and we don't say nothing the whole show.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
We ignore it. It's like very normal.
I'll think about it, If I find it
Nice.
worth it to start bleeding, then,
Well,
I'll
then that's.
consider
Well,
it.
do you remember on what was it, AK Bingo, when they used to do that? They used to go underneath. They used to.
Oh
rub
yeah,
the-
they have to pretend
Oh,
they
yeah.
were. Yeah, they have to pretend
Take
to
it,
have
yeah.
And they all
tickles.
had to like
Yeah.
keep the face while one got the real super pain
Yeah,
treatment.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man, that brings me back. That
Those
brings
are
back
always my
memories.
favorite.
Yeah, that brings back
Yeah.
memories, man. Maru, what's going on? What has been going on?
I've been tired. For anybody who doesn't know, I live in the countryside, and with spring now here, like officially in full swing, I have so much farming to do, so much things to plant. Yesterday, I spent hours planting peas. Today, I spent hours planting onions, and tomorrow we'll be planting potatoes, and the day after that, it will be carrots.
Wow.
And then we have to move the tomatoes into the greenhouse. And so much.
Farmer Maria.
Yep,
She
definitely.
doesn't need a
Holy.
farming simulator. She lives on a farm.
Yeah, farming simulator, yeah. But that real life.
Real life farmer simulator.
Farming Simulator has a lot more tractors and a lot less dirt. I'm gonna be
I'll come
honest.
to that.
Ah,
Oh wow.
It's funny.
Oh man, rough season basically. So yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of work.
Oh man. No, as for myself, well, I had a pretty good week actually. It was more like after what happened with my aunt, my parents finally got vaccinated, so that was a big load off my shoulders. And I remember getting back home from the vaccination location. We all fell asleep basically.
Wow.
Okay, makes sense.
Because my parents were tired from the vaccination because
Oh, yeah,
that was
fair.
just kicking in. And as for me, so much weight got lifted from my shoulders.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like,
Mm.
wow, I just laid down and I was asleep till the next day basically. So
Yeah, makes
Wow,
sense.
very good.
because
good.
knowing your parents aren't going to the hospital if they got infected with COVID, it's such a big relief. You wouldn't know.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sure.
and another thing that happened is I started talking to a Japanese lady online actually. So she is actually studying Dutch and she found
funny.
me apparently and
Where
we
are you
started
at?
talking and we started talking basically. So it's more like it's interesting. So
Oh,
yeah.
whoa,
Good luck,
hold on.
really.
You say talking. Do you mean like talking, or do you mean like early stage, just friendship? What are we talking about here?
Just friendship. She is living in Yokohama at the moment.
For now.
For now.
Oh, does she?
Now.
Yeah, she wants to visit once the whole COVID travel ban is over and such.
Ah.
And that's why she was studying Dutch basically. And apparently
cool.
via Google, she found my profile for some reason. So yeah, that's
Yes. Typical Dutch specimen.
basically yeah. Typical
Makes
Dutch.
sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
typical Dutch specimen that happens to speak Japanese as well. Yeah, that's not sure how that works, but yeah. But that's
Sure.
been going on my end. So it's been a pretty good 2 weeks, I would say so. I'm not complaining. And just the fact that the first vaccination has happened is also a huge relief for me. So it's more like it was good. So
Good.
yes. So going back into Japan, HKT.
On the train.
Yeah, on the train actually.
On the train.
On the train.
Hold on.
Back on
Can
the
I,
train.
can I talk about me and what I
Oh
did?
yeah.
Or
Oh
do I
yeah.
not
Yeah.
get
Sorry.
it out here?
Oh sorry, Derek.
Oh,
I forgot. Sorry.
Speaking about trains, you were on a train.
We were on the train. Yes. Derek. What's up?
No, that was just a little side story to compliment what was being going on. No, actually, I just wanted to say that today, if I don't know if you guys can see with the bright lights
Yeah.
I got, but I'm a little red because today me and Miho we went to Inoshima.
Mhm.
And we did Mizugi Cheki on the beach and the ocean and everything, and it was like
Oh wow.
she's like the literal definition of a Hareana, like a Hare no Ana, which is like a girl in Japan who brings the sun. Because it was raining in Tokyo, and then by the time I got to Enoshima, which is about an hour plus away,
Yeah, 90 minutes
on
or
the
so. Yeah, 90 minutes. 90 minutes, I would say. Yeah.
yeah, it was like all sunny and the rain, the dark clouds were over there and they didn't come over.
Wow.
And then I got back on the train and went home and it started raining again.
Oh wow.
I was just like, that's so crazy.
Lucky.
No,
And
we-
by Ukraine. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
we took a lot of like Mizugi Cheki and it was like so much fun. Like, but then like it just wore me out because you're out in the sun all day
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it just wears on you. And yeah, so and then right after that I had to go to a show and take about almost like close to 80 plus Cheki of several different girls because a bunch of foreign fans bought out like all the Cheki I have of this one group. And this one girl in the group, she's had 7 consecutive sellouts of Cheki.
Wow.
So like she's going on like 180 something Cheki now sold like in the past couple months. It's insane.
Wow.
She's like
impressive.
I don't want to say she's like a nobody idol. That's wrong to say, but it's like she's not, you wouldn't know who she is. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
her fans know who she is, but for some reason the foreign fans have like adopted her as like their own, and like they just support the crap out of this girl. And this girl is tinier than Takamina. I mean,
Oh, wow,
she's
what the-
so tiny.
Wow.
Wow.
It's impossible.
You would
That's
think she's
impressive.
like 8 years old. Yeah, she's so tiny, but she's got a big character to her. Like every time I ask her like how you doing, she's like, "Psst." She's like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, you're awesome.
Wow.
I was like, what'd you think about today's show? She's like, the one girl screwed up. I'm like, I was like, oh, you're really awesome. You never hear that kind of honesty with
Yeah,
idols.
straight to
So
the point.
she's just very different. So crazy day today.
Oh,
That's
wow.
all. I just wanted to share. That was funny. Anyways,
Awesome.
indeed.
Yes, HKT, Colin, want to give us the story?
Chuka chuka chuka. So an interesting thing with the HKT thing, it was released after we did the last episode, and they released 2 MVs at once,
Yep.
2 for the price of 1. And it's an interesting concept. One is Tanaka Miku Center, and the other one, I don't know her. But it's a different senbatsu for each MV. It's different, but it is what is happening kind of interjects with the other one, which is kind of interesting. It's fun. It's like I don't know really how to describe it. But there's still some differences. Like the song is obviously different. The same, sorry, it's the same. And the main chorus location, which I don't know how to describe that location, but it's a really neat location. That's also same. But the rest is pretty different. They're fine. Song wise, it was nice. It had nice energy. It had a nice sound. From the first one, well, both of them then.
Mhm.
The first one, I really liked the costumes for the actual costumes. I didn't care much.
For the first one, do you mean the senior senbatsu or the junior senbatsu?
I
Yeah.
have no idea which one is this. The Tanaka Miku
senior-
one.
The Tanaka Miku one is the senior senbatsu.
Yeah.
So their main uniforms or costumes, those I liked. I didn't care that much for the police uniforms, but their main outfits I really liked. I liked those blue skirts. I liked the shoes. It was a really nice location. Kojuna Yui, Moriyasu Madoka, and Matsuoka Natsumi, they looked really nice, really
Mhm.
gorgeous. It was pleasant. But I wouldn't see myself listening to the song again. It was nice overall. That's the best way for me to say it. I think I like the second one a little bit more in terms of what they show. More like the locations and them being on the train.
Mhm.
But other than that, I don't really have a particular favorite. It was nice. It was passable.
Yeah.
It was
Mm.
much better than their last single, which I dubbed the worst song of last year because I forgot literally everything about it. So they
I
went from
didn't
low
even-
to high.
I didn't even remember they had any singles after Hayakuri calendar. So you
Same.
know.
Yeah, same.
I said that once, and when we did the end of the year special, I was like, "Oh yeah, they did."
They did.
But I
Oh,
utterly
oops.
forgot about it.
Yeah.
Which is why I made it the worst song because I couldn't even remember watching it. And if that happens, ooh, and I write notes about everything, so if I even don't remember that, then it's really bad. But that's another story. But it's nice.
Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah, nice. That's the best way for me to put it. What did you guys think?
For me, I love the concept of the 2 senbatsus. I absolutely adore that because they really solve the problem that basically all the 48 groups at the moment have, is where they have the old girls who are, more popular, but
Mm,
they need to push the new girls as well somehow.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And with HKT, it's especially prevalent because they are supposed to be the young, cute girls. And how do you, continue that when your young, cute girls have been growing up?
Yeah,
How do you
basically.
still keep that concept?
Mhm.
And I think they solved this really great because we still get the Miku Center everybody likes, and we get to see the senior members. They did amazing, and I agree with Colin. The long blue skirt, absolutely beautiful. I overall really like the senior music video more. I think I don't know why I just prefer the train scenes and them working and the like,
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
but song-wise, I think I prefer the junior Senbatsu version. Because I don't know why. I think because the members are younger there, it just sounded somehow cuter as a song.
Mm.
I really really liked it. The song overall, I like it, but it won't be. It's not forgettable. I wouldn't say that. But it also isn't memorable.
It's a
it's
bit
like-
more middle of the road, I would say. Middle of the road?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very standard,
Mm.
not very standard, but it's a song HKT can release basically.
That makes sense. makes
Yeah.
sense.
But it won't
got
be
it.
it won't be a big hit. But I love the concept, which
Mm.
that's good, and I hope they keep going with it because it's an excellent idea, honestly.
Mette.
Liked it a lot. I think it was kind of weird in the beginning when they announced we're gonna do a double Senbatsu,
Yeah.
and it's like, what? Okay, how do you want to do this? And it turned out really good. I even saw they were on NHK World and performed
Yeah.
with both Senbatsus at the same time. And even though it was kind of weird, it still worked. It looked
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
think I also prefer, or I know I prefer Miku's version in terms of like the costumes. I thought, well, it's because I have more of a bond with those HKT members, so seeing them
Oh, that makes sense.
means a little bit more to me than seeing the younger gen. But
Yeah.
they still had a really cute MV, and it was. I think it's something good to have for HKT. It goes with their brand, their type of music and style, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll do next. And I think I'll keep listening to this, but I'm
Mhm.
gonna listen to the Miku version, I think.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Makes sense. Makes
Mhm.
sense.
As for me personally, I quite like the MVs, both of them actually, because it gave an interesting dynamic. Because the younger Senbatsu, it was basically like visiting places, traveling around, and seeing, and it felt like a free time, relaxing time, downtime kind of thing. Whilst for the Whilst for the Miku Senbatsu, it was mostly behind the scenes, like Miku working as a conductor, and I think Fujigami Mai working on the railroad track and the
Yeah.
railroad tracks. It felt like this is more like the grown up. Then you have to work daily,
Yeah.
like a daily job basically. So I really like that dynamic, and I'm wondering if um, for the next song if they're going to keep this dynamic. So like the young version is going to be like free time, downtime, relax time, whilst for the senpai is going to be working behind the scenes mostly. So I'm curious to see what they're going to come up with. So I'm looking forward to it.
If it's
Yeah, as for the song itself, it was possible, but not particularly bad or not particularly good. So kind of middle of the road for me as well. So that's my thoughts. Derek.
if it's successful,
Yeah.
I definitely think that they would be more inclined to do it. I doubt they will do it for the next one unless it's like this would be
Oh.
so well received, which I don't know if it
Mm.
is. And they're like, yeah, let's do it another time.
Right.
I'm not expecting it too soon, but I would appreciate it.
Mhm.
It's nice. It's
Yeah.
something else.
Derek, your thoughts?
I mean, it was nice to see Tashima Meru. I want
Oh
to
yeah,
say
good
I
shout out.
was
Yes.
very, very, very happy to see her. If you guys remember back in the day, they thought she was gonna be like the golden child of HKT
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
she's highly intelligent. She has I want to say they actually said she has like a genius like IQ and she's just overall like miles above the other girls in terms of her, I think, emotional intelligence. We saw that I think in snippets at Otakake when she would be like kind of the voice of reason amongst all
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
that crazy in girls, especially when Tani was still part of it, and like
Mhm.
she just Tashima could reel them all in. But I feel like she of course got lost in the idol stirring pot, like they all do in
Yeah.
most cases,
Unfortunately.
but. I'm bringing that up because to me that was really the standout for me, more than the song, more than what they wore, more than anything was seeing her because I just haven't seen her in a long time, and I to be honest, I just have I'm so out of touch with like what any of these groups have been doing outside of releasing the occasional MVs that like I was like, oh, she's still in the group. Like I thought she was one of the ones that announced graduation. But weirdly enough, HKT they've been pretty consistent about keeping their old lineup. I mean, they've recently lost some people, but like, they've been pretty fairly okay, I want to
Mhm.
say.
Yeah,
All right.
basically. Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, it was nice to see Meru and song wise, it's just there.
Yeah, it's
It's
there.
not anything I wasn't happy with it. It's just more of the food to give to the idle grind machine that AKB is. But I'm happy they put something out. It's a good step
Yeah.
toward
Yeah.
saying, hey, we're gonna maybe resume some activity, I guess, because they haven't had any in forever. So
Yeah.
that's nice. But my question to you is, I don't recall seeing Sakura in that at all, right?
Wasn't.
Oh
No.
no. Nako wasn't in it either because I think they pushed back its release as well. It was supposed to be originally released before they even returned from Ice One. But,
I got you. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So it would have been nice, I think, to have seen her in it. Not that it would have made any difference. I mean, the song still would have been,
Yeah.
for me, it would have just been Mama.
Mm.
But like, I think it's important that before Sakura decides she's, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
I think it's important she could have maybe just started giving as much as she could, but that's neither here nor there. She's got a lot of other things going on, so I can understand also why she did it. And like you said, if it was got pushed back, then she probably wouldn't even had an opportunity to do it.
Mhm.
She was in Korea, so but I'd say overall the double Sambatsu thing was cool. That was interesting.
Plus-
at least they're thinking they're being innovative
Yeah,
on some level.
and
That's
it's like it shows they are trying to solve the problems the group is having. You know,
Yeah,
it shows
which is cool.
somebody
cool.
there cares and is
Yeah.
trying.
HKT's always been, they've always been like that group that you can't ever count out. You know what I mean? And don't forget who was in HKT, the queen herself. So I mean,
Yeah.
that says a lot. So
Exactly.
yeah, it was okay. It was all right. I mean, both of them were. Sorry, both. I wasn't overly impressed or anything, but I'm glad it was there. If that makes sense. I want to be positive about it because I
Yeah.
love HKT to death. So very happy that they at least put something out.
So from a train to a car. Is that a good segue? The cars.
Kinda. Usually you go to the
wait.
station by car, but didn't we?
Vehicles?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Vehicles. Nogisaka 46's 27th single.
Mm,
Gomenne fingers crossed. I like the title. I say that.
I
I
do
like the
too.
title. It's
yeah,
like
That's
yeah,
all.
okay.
that's about it.
Speaking of
for me.
racing,
Yeah, that's all there is to like about it.
Yeah, that's
Like,
about
Um,
it.
it so happens that the rest of my family, they are into racing. Only ever since Verstappen
Max Verstappen
became
probably.
more
Yeah.
of a racer. Yeah, I'm a fan of his grandfather. He has an ice cream shop that's not too far from here, and he has great ice cream. I couldn't care less about racing. Never have. I don't care about cars other than
Oh,
I
no.
like having a car.
Now I want ice cream now. Come on, man. Oh,
I
that
could have
sounds
gotten
so
you ice
good.
cream for free if you were here.
Oh,
Sucks. Sorry. I would have loved to give you some ice cream. I would have made it myself.
Meanie.
aw, thank you. Thank
I
you.
could have given everyone
Very
ice
kind.
cream.
Hey.
Ah,
But yeah,
One day.
so that's something, and I heard you guys talking about it. It's not it's something that is shared. The whole racing thing didn't really click.
Mm.
Like again, I'm not into cars, and racing cars don't really appeal to me. They look cool, but more like that's cool. That is a chair. That's a chair. Kind of. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of cool in a way. That's it. What I actually did like was this is very mean. It's everything that was not about the racing cars. I love those diner scenes. Like I wanted more of that. Why couldn't they
Diner
have
scenes were
focused on
cool.
that?
Yeah, those are cool. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, why
Agreed.
not that? Like even the costume. Well, the whole when they did the chorus when they were in this car factory or something, I liked that setting for some reason. I thought really the lighting and the colors were really cool to look at. But it's really the diner scenes where I'm like, I wanted more focus on this. Why not this? The costumes, not quite my thing, but I could get into it, so that's neat. They should have just focused more on that. Other than that, I've not really much to say about the song. It didn't stand out to me. The center, something about her was kind of boring. I'm sorry.
Oh.
She was as much interested as I was. Ikuta Erika, she stood out to me. She's beautiful.
Yeah,
She was really
always.
cool.
Yeah.
And other than that, I've nothing really to say about the 27th single of Nogizaka. I mean, well, that is not fingers crossed, but it's the best thing I could come up with.
Yeah.
But you have thoughts.
Let me. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead, man.
Sarah?
No, please go.
Okay. Yeah, no, I wasn't really impressed with it either. I was having kind of high hopes because I also thought the title was cool. I was thinking, oh, this is gonna be cool. Nogisaka tends to have really good songs, but yeah, the weird thing is this MV reminded me of another MV that I liked more because they kind of
Gangnam Check?
yeah, because they have like the the cute versus the cool people.
Yeah.
And
West Side Story esque, yeah. It's
yeah,
really cool.
and I kind of just wanted to go and watch Gangnam Check instead.
Yeah, I would have loved that too.
So yeah, I'm complete. It was like forgettable, but nice. The Nagisaka girls are beautiful. Costumes were interesting, but that song did not, or MV did not make an impression really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same for Maria, yeah.
Derek, you want to talk?
Yeah, no, I just wanted because I actually I want to get this out. Like for me, it's like I've never been like ever a fan of Nogi or anything they've done really. There's not really even one song that's kind of hit me and said, "Oh, I have to listen to that." That being said, they're great. They're wonderful. I applaud them for every amount of success they've achieved. I have no issue with the group itself. The thing is, though, when I look at this MV, for example, which I think the MV was better the first time when it was called Tokyo Drift. Like
Yeah.
like it's just like it these sometimes you go the opposite direction of how we've seen some groups go, where some groups it's obviously had no budget and they didn't get creative with that. This they have all the budget in the world and
Yeah.
they get too big with it, and it's like their concepts are so huge. I think the girls are getting swallowed in that concept. One thing I'll give about K-pop in this instance is they can go big, but they always keep the focus on those girls. In almost every instance I see a K-pop video, I feel like they know where to put that camera. They know exactly how to get the most out of the girls in the group.
Yeah.
Now, that's not always the case, but in my experience from watching what I have watched, I feel like the camera work there is good. And I think idol groups on a major level, such as Nogi, who are the leaders, the camera people would do a lot better to focus on what they have in front of them, which are, as you guys said, these beautiful girls. Like, when you have beauty on that level, why are you messing around with cars and other stuff? Like, show them. That's all I wanted to. That's all I kept thinking about. What were you gonna say?
And what you said, Derek, really made me think. It's like I would even go as far as to say I hated the music video. It was
Ooh.
bad. Like, and what it made me realize is like I always thought it was like the girls. I wasn't convinced in the concept that we are now races. We're going racing. It felt
Makes sense.
like they somehow got lost, like, and ended up in cars and on top of them.
Yeah.
And then I realized this music video would have been far better as a car commercial.
Yeah.
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 It's
That's
like
a good point. That's a good
it
point.
was like here's a beautiful car, and there's also some girls. Basically,
They are not
that's
included,
what
but
the
the person
music
is
video felt like. It's like, oh, look at this pretty car, and
Oh.
the girls are there too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and like it wasn't convincing. They didn't look like, yeah, let's go race. We're tough and whatever.
Yeah.
They at times I would almost say they felt it looked like they didn't feel comfortable behind the steering wheels on top of the cars. It's like I think they might have been scared to like break the car.
Yeah, something like
mean,
that.
Yeah,
Like
expensive
this
cars.
expensive.
Yeah.
I can't break it. I didn't like the song either. Like Meta said, it was nice but forgettable. I'd say it's forgettable, but I also didn't like it. Like nice and forgettable for me means if it somehow comes on in a playlist, I won't skip it. This song, I won't remember it, and I won't remember it as it being bad. But if it comes on a playlist, I would probably skip it.
Oh wow.
Mm.
That sounds
Yeah.
alright. No, for me personally, when I saw the title, it was like this might be interesting, and then I saw the first glimpses of the MV. It's like, so they're going for the racing kind of thing. This should be interesting. I do like Formula
Yeah,
One
could have
myself
been.
actually. And then I heard the song, and when I see car races or street races, I usually think like high EDM or Eurobeat, one of those two. But the song was like, what? So the MV and the song, they
song.
are so disconnected to each other. It's like, no, it doesn't work. Street racing for me has to be EDM or Eurobeat for me personally. That's
Okay.
it has to be high beat. It has to be up tempo and high beat.
Yeah,
So
makes sense. Makes sense.
when I watched
and-
it, I was just like, no, this doesn't work. The song itself is bland, and coupled this with this MV with racing, and they didn't seem that comfortable in it as
Yeah.
well. It's more like, no, it didn't work at all. For me personally, this was a big miss for me. Normally,
Yeah.
normally I do like Gisaka stuff, but this just didn't
Yeah.
work for me. So
It happens.
those are my thoughts. So
Yeah. And I'd also like to add here that this concept, it doesn't make sense for Nogi.
yeah,
Like
true.
even if you pitch
Really
like
doesn't.
Nogi doing a racing concept, like maybe like Sakura Saka, I could see doing a racing concept. Okay. But Nogi, they are the private school girls.
Yeah.
Ha- when does racing come to like
True.
like they take off their lacy uniforms and put off on like a race like it just like even when pitching the concept it doesn't make sense, and I think maybe this is also why the music video didn't look convincing, because the members, they are used to the elegant stuff, the dainty
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and then they are put into this racer concept and it just doesn't suit them.
No, exactly.
Ben wasn't influencer, so
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, we were not in a rush to watch it.
No, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, good.
Oh, we weren't
man.
in a rush.
Derek, your thoughts?
I mean, no, I already said them pretty
Oh, yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like there's not much more to say. It's just focus on what you have in front of you, not this big world you're trying to create in 2 minutes or 3 minutes of a video, and it just doesn't work. Gingham Check worked because it was insane. It was
Yeah.
it was too ridiculous. But you also had superstars in there that you couldn't avoid, and the camera knew where to go with them in Gingham Check. So while you appreciated the kitsch value and nostalgia and all the throwbacks and the little hints, it was very clever. The focus was Yuko. It was
Yeah.
her. It was all the girls in there. They just knew what they were doing. Here, it's like everybody's interchangeable. It's like
Yeah.
what are they trying to sell me? Are they trying to sell me the girl? Or are they trying to sell me the car? You
Yeah,
know?
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like with Gingham Check, it's AKB doing racing. It's focused. These girls, they are doing racing. But with this, it was like racing. Not that these girls are doing racing, just racing.
Racing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just there was no personality to it. So
Like a passing car, it just passed by, and we're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, okay, next.
And sure, the car was pretty, but I was looking at the
Yeah.
car, not the girl inside of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
we didn't even know there was someone in the car. It was like,
Yeah,
oh
and
hey,
then-
that's a nice car.
Yeah, and on top of that, I'm not that interested in cars.
same here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Next
man.
lap, next lap.
Next lap. Or in this case, next MV.
Yeah.
No.
Minor lap.
Uh,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know. Is Hinatsuka something that we want to talk about? Those two
Yeah.
B-sides?
I have.
I can be very quick about it. I think
Sure.
one called Right had a fun presentation, but that's it. I forgot it instantly. And Dosuru. It had a fun sound. I like that. The professor guy was funny.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but it was fun. And other than that, I don't know. I saw it and I can't remember anything. That's really it. I have nothing I'm scraping on the ball. It's not that they were bad or anything. It's just they didn't do a thing for me.
Yeah,
other
typical
than
coupling songs. Typical
Postmark.
coupling songs, Typical coupling songs
Yeah,
in this case.
sure. For the most part, not always the case. I definitely stand by that. But in this case, it is also from a group that I'm not really that into. So, who knows? They did a fine job. But that's it. So if anyone has something on the Hinata Saka B-sides, then go ahead, be my guest. I think Derek has something to say, or something is wrong with his hand. It's like they're asking for anything.
No,
Possessed.
Yeah, very much so. No, like that guy, that older dude, I think he's a pretty famous variety talent member, a Taranto. So
That would be-
the
yeah,
thing
makes sense.
the thing I found interesting is those girls in Hinata, I'm not saying they're not like big celebrities or anything, but they're not like, again, to compare to old school AKB, they're not on that level, not by far. So when you get into the room with a presence like that guy, I think the reaction of the girls was very genuine, which I really appreciated, because the senpai kohai relationship is a real thing in Japan,
Mhm.
even in your
Yep.
personal life.
Mhm.
And so he's like big senpai, And so the girls were like, "We'll do anything you want." So it's like he was basically making them do silly stuff, and I think it was very tongue in cheek, kind of playing on that. At least that was my impression based off the Japanese, what I was getting, what they were talking about. Like even at the beginning when he was like, "What?" There was two girls that had the same name, and he was like, "Oh, there's two of you," and he was like kind of joking about it. Like it was interesting, but I think that doesn't like again. I can't help but think like when old AKB would get thrown in a room with the senpai, somebody in AKB would eventually poke fun at that dude or whatever, and like
Yeah.
they'd somehow get AKB on the same level,
Yeah.
and then eventually over like you wouldn't even like they'd pass him because the girls all like worked together. They were so thick, like they were like so tight with each other. They could play off each other. And I mean, we saw it time and time again with every single famous person that came to AK Bingo or when AKB would visit other, variety shows and stuff. I can't think of the one. What was it? The one time I want to say they went. Well, even if we take like Mecha Ike,
Oh yeah,
like
Machika, yeah.
big Okubo, he's such a big senpai, but yet the girls still stole the show. I mean, he was great. Don't get me wrong,
yeah.
he was funny, but like you can't beat Kojima Haruno in that giant fish thing.
No,
And
whoa.
just that alone, you're just like, what are you doing? And it's just they knew how to play off stuff. There was so much character just dripping from those girls. And then this is more like younger girls in Hinata really appreciating their senpai, but I didn't get a sense that they could overcome their senpai. I didn't get a sense that they could overtake him. They were just following along and very safe, convenient, nail doesn't stick up so it doesn't get hammered down type Japan loves fashion. And that of course I didn't. I was like, eh. But I appreciated the beginning skit. They should have
Yeah.
just kept going.
Mhm.
I didn't even need a song. Like it was funny. So anyways, that's my thoughts.
Maria, any thoughts?
Nah, not at all. I think I watched them like once, but I didn't pay much attention, and I've got nothing to say about it. Sorry.
For me, the ride was interesting because it felt like they were creating this holiday album with all the pictures kind of stuff. And it kind of think maybe they're already playing into a world after Corona when traveling is allowed again, and this might be a bit of a teaser towards that. And as for the other one, Dosuru, it was like it's interesting, and especially the beginning skit was really funny to watch. I just hoped, like Derek already said, they kept up with that style because it worked. Too bad they changed it up basically. So those were the points I wanted to point out basically. Any thoughts better? Or
I think it's been said. They didn't really make that big of an impression. I think I would rather watch their main single for this one, just to
Makes
watch
sense.
all the illusions again.
yeah.
Even a less a desirable car this time around. More like a bike that was. Hey, I think I saw a bike in the corner of my eye.
yeah, that could be.
It was
well,
either
that
red or
happened.
blue. The bike
Yeah.
was either red or blue.
yeah, basically.
Maybe. Or a really weird shade of blue that no one knows about, but
Yeah.
it has a name, but you don't
Yeah.
know.
Or could have been green. Green too. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe it wasn't even a bike.
With someone with two wheels in their hands.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
some reason. No, that would have garnered more attraction.
yeah.
I think someone with two huge wheels or something. I
oh
don't know.
god.
It was an unremarkable bike in the Netherlands. It's like, yes, a bike. What else? What's new?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But switching over to K-pop for a bit, we had a couple of releases there actually. aespa released their song called Next Level. Maria, want to take this one?
Next Level is actually a remake of, I think, what was it, Fast and Furious, or from OST, from like, I don't remember which one, but one of the Fast and Furious OSTs. It's a remake of one of those songs. And I personally love it. It's goddamn addicting. But what's really interesting is internationally, it seems like people don't like it much, but in Korea, it's doing really well, which is quite an interesting thing to see. I think it's because a lot of people say it's because the song and as well overall feels and sounds like a second generation group and not like, a fortune one like we are at today. And I think people really like that. I like the song, it's addicting. I like the choreo, like all day, like since it was released, I've just been going it's like I'm on the next level, just going off doing it. I just love it. I can't wait to see them
Dancing
perform it.
Onions go next level.
Oh.
Anyways, I love it. I love it. My girl Giselle got to rap. All of them, it's a really good line distribution as well. All of them got just about equal lines, which I'm so happy for. Giselle got to rap. Giselle also overall got a lot of attention. I'm just really happy with it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And
No.
it's charting well, so what else can I ask for?
Yeah, true. No, yeah, for me, I listened to the song a couple of times, and whilst the MV is like on point, like most K-pop MVs are, it's more like they give attention to the girls, and for me, the song didn't work. It was more like I just couldn't get into it. I'm not sure if how everyone else felt, but for me, it was like I tried listening to it a couple of times, but I don't know, it just didn't stick with me. So it was more like it's not something I would skip away once if it's on a Spotify playlist or something like that. But for me, it's forgettable. So I just couldn't get into it. And yeah, that's my thoughts on it. So how about you, Derek?
Yeah, I thought it was like garbage, and the girls and they were terrible, and it should be thrown away. Just kidding.
Thank God. Thank
It was
God.
awful. No, I'm kidding. I just wanted to see what Maria's
Yeah.
reaction. No, it was
Oh, just for context for this one, because we didn't upload that episode, but me and Derek had a horrible fight over Esma's debut. It was bad. Like,
yeah, we got
seriously
pretty
bad.
vicious.
Yeah.
No, I gotta be really honest. I thought the beat was pretty darn cool. It was simple. It's a good testimony when you're a songwriter and you could write a simple beat and make it work. That's actually harder than writing complex songs because everything's been done already.
Yeah.
But they took something that I've heard that beat before, but they just added a Korean spin to it. I can't say it better than that. The girls look freaking amazing. I could stare at those girls all day long and be a very
Yeah.
happy guy. Like they were so beautiful in this video. My only thing that didn't sit well with me was the bipolar component of the song. That like in the middle of it, it became a whole other song. I honestly didn't think they needed that. I thought they should have made that into a whole other song. That song was good. It was a song within the song. I thought, okay, I mean, yeah, all right, that works. Not really, but I appreciate them trying to be creative. I see as a creative person, I like they were trying something new. I think they got to figure out a better way to just completely go to a different song, but I don't even care about that at the end of the day. Like, I like the main component of it, and I do like that right in the middle of the song, it switches on you even before it goes into that other song. It
Yeah.
like there's a tempo change right before it goes into that, and it was so jarring. It worked. I was like, "Oh, this is interesting." Like they had me settled into this groove that I thought was just going to continue. And like, nope, we ain't doing that. And what I thought was stay with that tempo change and just do a little part in there and then roll back into the song and you got a good song. You didn't need to go into this whole other space dimension with another like a parallel universe song version of this. I thought that was pushing it a little bit. But regardless, it was good. It was fun. I actually really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Also, from what you said, like a parallel universe, this actually works really well with Espa's concept because they are going deep with the concept. The lyrics were full of their concept stuff as well. Because SM at the moment is creating a whole ass universe for their groups to have music videos in. And Espa is at the forefront of that. They just recently released like a 10-minute video that was like half animated, half live action about that concept. And it's like they have the AIs involved in it, how they all have, those alternate
Right.
themselves. It explained how that all works, and that it explained who Black Mamba is, that's the villain, and how they're going to go defeat it, and all these different worlds, and how they have to go to this other world, Kwangya, to defeat the Black Mamba, to restore the connection between the AIs and themselves, and just a lot is going on, and everybody and all SM fans are really excited, looking for little connections. Like, oh, this other group also mentioned this. Is it connected? Is this that? And everybody is just so invested.
Like, I hesitate to make the comparison between this whole thing you just explained, which I think is fascinating, and like a Japanese idol group, because again, they're just coming from two different places. But it very much, when you said that, I immediately thought of Maison Book Girl, because Maison Book Girl, Sakura Kenta, the producer, that like he had tried to kill himself and he didn't succeed, and then he made Maison Book Girl after that whole experience. And in every single one of Maison Book Girl's videos, there's little hints about him and his story. And there's actually whole websites dedicated to piecing it all together, because it's so mysterious. Like, every one of these videos has something off about it, or weird and interesting. And I prefer my secrets, I prefer my stories to be a little more on that level, I guess. At least for now. But I think it's very fascinating. I mean, and also Maison Book Girl's music is extremely depressing, and
Yeah.
it's also written by a genius. Sakura is like a super genius writer, so like you know it's a Maison Book Girl song the minute you hear the drum beat, because it's so out there and bizarre. But aespa's building this universe like that. I'm digging that. Like, it's about time somebody said, you know what, we can blend story with song and we can create something new. I didn't like their initial stuff, I remember, but I definitely
Yeah.
got this because it was simple, and it just again, I can't write a simple song like that. I can't. It's not in my DNA. But I really applaud people that can. That's why AKB's early stuff was so fascinating. Like, every one of their earlier songs was really based on a super simple melody, but it added so many layers, and then you added the girls their stories into it, and they played off that, and it was very aware of who was singing the songs. With this group, since I don't know them, like, I don't know how much of their personalities were in this song. Can
Oh,
you help there?
I'd say the personalities. It's really hard to put it. Like, I don't think you could see their personalities, but I'd say they were all displayed really well.
Okay.
Like, Ning and Winter, both of the vocals got to go off. Karina and Giselle both had outstanding rap parts. And
Okay.
like I said, live distribution, absolutely beautiful. Rarely have I seen a prettier one. And this group really is an all-rounder group. Like, I always joke, aespa is like a group of 4 main vocalists, which is saying something considering SM is considered the K-pop company with the best vocals overall. So, for them to put out a group that essentially has 4 main vocals, and now releasing this song where they basically all are rapping, it's really
No, they
impressive
did great.
of them.
No,
Yeah.
they did fantastic. The thing is, though, and again, I'm not an expert in K-pop, and so maybe I have no right to say this, but I think in my head, just based off what I know about music and about progression with idols in either Korea or Japan, I get the feeling that their next song will make them or break them. I just get that feeling.
Very
Like,
possible.
this is like the prelude to that great
Yeah.
defining moment. Or maybe they need a few more. I don't know.
Yeah. Met Colin, have you talked? Like, what do you think?
Not talk.
I assume Colin doesn't have much of an opinion.
You can skip my level because I didn't even watch. I am the level that there's no level, but you access some weird black graphic hidden area where there's nothing, but it happened to be in the game. And you like,
You
it's like,
misclicked the
okay,
button for the tutorial. You misclicked
pretty
the
much.
tutorial.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested.
Yeah, I
You can go to the
that.
next level. I hate my
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh.
So, well, I watched it, Maria. I wonder.
There is zero world where I would have let you get away with not watching it.
The funny thing is that we ended up on Saturday. I think someone or SM released like an explanation of terms for aespa's lore, and we were joking around like, oh, they should make a comic book, they should make a TV series, like they should put out a video, it should be animation, it should be live action, going back and forth, and then suddenly that 10-minute video dropped, being blended of the AI part being animation and live action, and just going, hang on a minute, how did this happen this fast? Thank you.
Yeah.
And it really is really interesting to just watch if you're even if you don't know Espa from like the first MV, just go watch that video. And I think if you're into that kind of thing that they're presenting there, then Espa's gonna be for you. The
Yeah.
song itself, it didn't quite hit me. I think it was kind of the thing where they switched songs in the middle that kind of put me off. But that doesn't mean that I thought it was bad. It just didn't work for me. The MV was beautiful. They look amazing. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed the costumes and that they each got their chances to shine and getting to show off more of their individuality as opposed to last time. And I think I actually agree, Derek, with you saying that the next one could make it or break it because I think the next one or the one after that is going to be the Black Mamba fighting MV. And that is going to be like the showdown of like this is going to
Interesting.
be our opus for this part of Espa's journey. Because we started building Espa's universe in the chat that Maria and I have.
Oh
Calling out like
wow.
who's the Black Mamba be, who's gonna show up in like cameo, who's gonna be a featuring artist,
Yeah.
are they gonna have an thing
It
AI?
everybody's going wild, like signing
Yeah.
because we know like other idols from SM will be involved in this as well. But like, are some of the characters we already know? Are they, some SM idols are like Navis who create like portals, Ishiboa? Because Boa was like at the end of Black Mamba music video, so Ishiboa, like it's so wild. And this concept, it could be so marketable. They could make a cartoon out of this.
Yeah.
They could make comics out of this. They could the amount of merch they could make is insane. And I'd also like to note is that this is probably inspired quite a lot from Marvel because SM actually works together with Marvel. Like they have a collaboration going on and stuff. So quite probably a lot of inspiration from there. They even
Wow.
call it the SNCU.
Yeah.
So you know.
Oh Jesus.
Cinematic,
Jesus.
okay.
Wow. Oh
Yeah.
no,
Fun stuff.
another music video that dropped was Takashi Jui's group Rocket Punch Ring Ring.
Oh,
Um,
hey.
yeah, I'm personally only going over the song itself because I didn't see the MV yet, but I did hear the song. The song really reminded me of Everglow's La Di Da, as in the retro sound, the retro kind of aspect. But the problem is, I think they're a bit late with the retro aspect. If they just released the song a couple of minutes earlier, then it would have been on point. But now it sounds like they're late to the party. But those were my thoughts. How about you, Maria?
Everybody was doing retro a year ago, half a year ago, well, the last dregs of, the last joiners of the retro concept. And now it's just too late. Everybody has already moved on, basically, I'd say, from retro. But and song, it's like I liked it, but some parts felt like I don't know if the beat or something was off. Like I don't know if something was like, too I don't know, it just felt out of sync at times.
Mm.
And it just felt unsettling at times, and I didn't really like that. But otherwise, I like the song, and I love the girls. It has Juri, it has Sohi. I like it. Just it came too late. That's it.
How about you, Maria? How about you, Mette? Sorry, you went.
Okay, fine. No, I think Maria, sure. We can switch. Yeah, no, like you said, it came kind of too late and it didn't feel interesting watching it. Like, sure, everyone in Rocket Punch looks good. Judy makes me happy to see her doing something, being on a stage, being in an MV. It's good, but I can't remember that song for the life of me at all. And I even watched the MV twice, and not that far apart. And but Rocket Punch hasn't really done it for me in any of their
Yeah.
releases. It's more like I'm happy they exist and I'm happy they have fans, but they're not doing it for me at all. Yeah.
How about you, Derek?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't aware there was a trend for retro, and it's
Oh, it
been long
was.
gone
big.
was
So-
big. Like every
Uh,
group was doing retro for a
I
while.
gotcha, I gotcha. Like, yeah, like to me, this song, it's literally like 3 notes away from being this really famous 80s song. You know how there were so many one-hit wonders in the 80s,
Yeah.
but like
yeah.
you couldn't even like let me ask you a question. Do you guys know the song Tainted Love?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's been a
Dun,
while since I
dun,
listened to it.
dun,
I'm too
Yeah.
young.
Tainted Love.
Yep.
Dun,
Yep.
dun. Do you know who sung it?
Not sure. That I don't know, but the song itself I do
Uh,
remember. Yeah.
The name of the group was Soft Cell. So like that's literally the only thing they were ever remembered for. And there's just a whole long list of 80s performers where that's the case. And this is one of those songs that belongs to one of those performers. Like whoever made the opening part of the song. I mean, the song does take a shift in the middle to more traditional K-pop, I'd say, from based on what I've heard. But the very first section, it's like 100% this song I'm thinking of, and I feel like whoever wrote the song put that song in an editor and just took those notes out and like, okay, we got our song, because it's legit exactly the same. I wish to God it was racking my brain before I came on today because I wanted to like tell you guys exactly what the song is, but I guarantee. And by the way, if any of our fans are watching and you know what I'm talking about, hit us up in the comments so we can like my co-conspirators here can hear it. It's really like unbelievable plagiarism on a massive level, minus the plagiarism part because they took out enough notes that it isn't. But it's definitely that song. That being said, I don't really have a problem with that because to me, great artists steal. And Steve Jobs said, everybody said that, and like as a musician, like we're all coming in at the tail end of so much that's already been done. You almost can't even help it at this point. Like you have to build off what's come. They did that. I felt like it had a good vibe to it. I was digging it until it decided on that second verse to go into normal what I would expect from, I guess, K-pop. I wish they would have just kept that retro vibe. I would have been cool with it, even though, as you guys are saying, it's a little too late. I didn't know that. I mean, I'm coming into it not having any idea of trends there, so not knowing that, I was like, oh, I'm digging the. It made me feel like I was young again or something, and also, and of course, girls look great. No argument there. But I just was sort of like, man, where are they going to go with this for the chorus? And then they just kind of did a normal chorus, and it was just it just kind of like it had an interesting, weird, like, oh my god, are they actually going to like go all the way with the taking out the few beats and but just literally copying the whole 80s song? And then it just, nope, we're going to make a Korean song and then wrap that part in. But here's the thing, that first part, I don't think they ever go back to it. I don't think they ever go back to that
Sadness.
part.
Yeah.
What's that?
Also sadness, I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, should have gone there. And also, everybody watching, Derek said go down below, comment, and while you're down below there commenting, also like, maybe subscribe.
Wow.
Also what? Sorry?
Okay.
I told everybody to like
us.
and subscribe.
Oh my god, we have never once, I think, ever said that.
I don't
That's
think
so
so.
funny. You're right. Yeah, please
Yeah.
like and subscribe. Like that
Yeah.
actually helps us a lot and keeps us like, wow, we've never actually said that.
No.
And that's all you ever hear with YouTube videos. Hi, if you guys like that, smash that like button. And
Yeah, oh
subscribe.
god.
You hear that all
Yeah,
the
I don't
time.
remember
Yeah.
ever, even
We-
during
we
the 48
require-
talk days we did
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
we require no smashing at all. Just click it.
Oh,
No,
just a gentle click is
Yes.
suffices.
yeah, they go like that.
Otherwise, it ruins your laptop, and we are not held accountable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh
Good
man.
one.
Yes.
That was good, Maria. That was good.
Yeah,
That was
that's
smart.
really good.
Yeah.
Colin.
Does anybody
yeah.
else have
Yeah.
opinion on this music video?
Ring ring. Is Colin home? No.
Definitely.
Bye bye.
That's my joke.
well,
that joke I
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody else?
Like-
Anybody else home? Is
Everyone
anybody home? Is anybody home?
No.
I'm about to leave my mind. My physical body will stay here.
Gotcha.
No. I'll be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. No, but want to go into the big, announcements? I would say, Colin, the big one.
Speaking of something that could go, then
Yeah.
came back.
Ooh,
Hey again,
oh
bye
no.
again.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
that time.
yeah.
It's that time. It's that time.
So something happened. I don't know what exactly happened. But HKT
HKT were
was
doing
in
like
the
a long
theater.
live stream.
They did a live stream. Okay,
Yeah, they
good
did
for them.
for I think from like 12 in the middle of the day to like 11 at night, and then
Yeah.
they had a live stream after that on Nico
That's
Nico.
cool. That's good for
It-
them. And something
yeah.
happened. What happened? Ooh, ooh, what happened? Someone's sorry, came back to say hi, and then one of them was like, bye. Not that. So,
What?
Miyawaki Sakura and Yabuki Nako, they came back after 2.5 years
And
being in Eyes One, and they came back to the HKT theater, and Sakura was like, bye.
And well,
Not-
we knew to expect the announcement because it got leaked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got
Days
leaked. Yeah, it
before.
got leaked.
saw that.
Yeah, a magazine like posted previews of of like a magazine that was supposed to be released on the 21st. And in the preview, it said like, "Oh, you announced graduation a few days ago."
Oops,
So you,
not the smartest choice.
whoops. And so when the line came, we all knew to expect it. Me and Meta were in the chat like talking like, "Oh, when is it gonna happen?"
Yeah.
Basically. When
Surprise!
did you do?
Nope.
Yeah, but yeah, it was like Murashige like did hard work there to keep everybody from being sad. Like she was great. They had like Sakura saying beware and Murashige came creeping from behind just doing this. It was great. Just seeing Murashige keeping everybody cheery.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I agree. So she came back for 5 minutes, then announced graduation. Though, if you ask me, she already graduated. If she only comes back for 5
Oh,
minutes,
she's gonna have like a live, I think. And they
It's
Yeah,
gonna be a
that's
fun
fair
concert.
enough.
yeah, like
Pretty
and
good,
that
yeah.
graduation photo book, which
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure
yeah.
is already taking pictures of. She
Mhm.
probably did it in Korea, you know.
Already prepared.
So yeah, it's clear she had been planning going for a while.
Oh yeah. Yeah, personally, I was not really surprised.
Yeah.
It was
Same.
one of those
Yeah.
things where I gave her the benefit of the doubt because I find it hard to read her. It's like, well, we'll see what happens. But her announcing it wasn't really surprising to me. Similarly, that Yabuki Nako did not announce it. That was also not really surprising to me. Like Sakura graduating seemed like, yeah, fair possibility,
It-
and Yabuki Nako staying, where I'm like, yeah, I can see that. I get that feeling.
Also
Um,
with Sakura leaving, it was like people should have expected that since she went on Produce 48. Because if you're such a dominating member, what reason do you have to go on a show like Produce 48 other than you are looking for something else now?
Oh
You
yeah,
are looking for
fair,
change.
fair.
So,
Makes
you
sense.
know, it like even looking back for that. But so many people are mad at her for it. Well, not mad, but you know, going like, "Oh, you promised, you betrayed us," or
Yeah.
And I'm just like, those people are 100% not Sakura fans. They are HKT fans who are mad that Sakura won't be coming back to save HKT. That's just
Well.
it. They feel like Sakura somehow owes them to save or fix HKT, which just she already gave HKT her childhood.
That's true.
Yeah.
She doesn't owe HKT her future as well.
That's true. I agree with there. Yeah.
Yeah. Just I hope she has plans. She probably has. I don't care
Yeah.
if she stays in Japan or comes back to Korea. I just want her to, be active, do stuff.
Yeah, sure. She
It's not like
probably
she's
will.
going underground now that she's announced. You know, she's appearing at the HKT concert.
Oh, I bet Derek would be happy if she went underground.
Oh, right.
Did she say what she's gonna do?
No.
she
We
didn't.
assume she's gonna talk about it on Sakunaki.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Wednesday, isn't it? Or is
Yeah.
it Thursday?
I have no idea.
I think it was Wednesday.
Dude.
So
Sometime.
Yeah.
We'll
But
hear
I
it.
think she's gonna do the concert. They're doing rehearsals now for her graduation concert.
Mhm.
It's gonna be streamed, so people abroad like us can watch it if you want to. And it's so weird when people saying like, "Oh, you're abandoning HKT." She's staying for a full-on month extra, doing HKT activities, promoting HKT. Like she's saying goodbye to the place she grew up, and then she's moving on to the next step, like most idols in AKB and 48 groups do.
And
They
the
find their
people,
next step and leave.
and the people who want her to stay longer, I'm just like, do you want to have a Sakura who doesn't want to be there? Like, if she's leaving, she doesn't want to be in HKT. So, like, would you rather have a Sakura who is there just like, when I just want to leave. I'm bored. I want to go. Like, do they want
Yeah.
that or like?
Yeah, I'm
I
not
just
sure.
don't get those people.
No, that is fair.
And I only have one
That's
more hope. I hope Sakura's graduation dress is better than Julia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
I'll
But
keep that
they're
up
all
there.
back now. We have to remember Hee-chan is also active now on social media.
Oh,
yeah.
Nako is, Sakura is. And they have like a Instagram Insta story chain going on where they're just texting each other or sending each other messages on Instagram for people to see and sending private mails again. So
Yeah.
they're back.
Like Sakura and Nakohi are still very close. I think they made an Instagram group chat where they post
Yeah.
food pictures.
Oh, figures.
Yeah.
Talking
No
about
surprise there.
food.
No surprise there. No
Yeah.
surprise there.
And another interesting thing we found is the AKB private mail doesn't let them write in Korean,
Yeah.
which
Yep.
Sakura and Nako apologized for, but Hitomi found a way around it by writing the text out in another app and screenshotting it.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
so
See that
typical.
happen. It's a good way to include it anyway. So
Yes.
yeah, smart.
No, as for me, it was like if she comes back, it's not going to be that long. Maybe for one single tops, but even that would be far fetched. But it was kind of expected. So what I'm curious about is, are they going to build HKT around Nako and Miku now? Because those are
Fair point.
I would consider those two the current aces for HKT. I would say so. It would make sense if they build it around them, since Miku is the homegrown ace and Nako has
Yeah.
become the ace for the foreigners basically. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic, and I'm really curious to see how they are going to go out from here on out basically. So
But another thing to note, now that Sakura is going, does that mean that the next single AKB single can be Hitomi centered?
That will be fun.
ooh.
I'm not going to.
Yeah. I'm gonna pray for that. I'm not even religious, but I'm gonna pray for that.
That works.
Derek, any
Maybe.
thoughts?
Who knows? I don't know.
Derek, any thoughts?
Yeah, like I mean, I think our last time we did this, I was really hopeful that maybe there was something there with her coming back. I thought that she could be a gigantic weapon in AKB. She could be somebody who could lift them out of the dregs, and like kind of get them jump started again with all of her popularity, now cross border popularity, multinational
Yeah.
popularity on a much bigger level than ever before. She is one of the most recognizable names still left in AKB outside of Ukraine, who is off doing Whack World now in My World, which is awesome. Like the videos she's putting out are insane. Watch those if you want a good laugh. But I mean that in a good way. But like with Sakura-tan, I'm thinking she's still got that youthfulness, bit grown up more, but still youthful. She's got everything. I mean, it's interesting because remember how much she wanted AKB for herself. Remember
Yeah.
all those times
Mm.
in Senbatsu, how she was like, "I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna take you down," and then she always
Yeah.
wouldn't. And now, literally, there's nobody standing in her way, really. And she could have AKB all to herself, but like you said, maybe she's not happy. Maybe she wants something new. And
And
I think, sorry.
and I also feel like being in Iceland, it made her realize that at the moment she's bigger than AKB, I would say. And I'd say she has nothing to gain from being in AKB.
Could be. I can see that.
AKB has a lot to gain from her, but she herself is these days more valuable than AKB. And I think maybe Iceland helped her recognize that. Before that, she was, I need to be the number one in AKB. AKB is bigger than me. But I think maybe she now might see it differently.
Well, when you look at it on a business level, like you just put it, there's definitely some truth to that. Some of these girls finally figure out their value and what they could bring with their face, with all the contracts they might be able to get through their management company. Maybe she has an agent that somebody actually looking out for her. It's not entirely unheard of in Idol, although really once you sign that contract, you belong to that company. You literally are their property. But in this case, it's a little different. However, I think if she stands on that stage in any capacity as an idol in Japan, and I'd say this about any idol, not just her, you have an obligation to like what you're doing. And if you don't like it, get the HE double hockey sticks off the stage immediately, because those fans don't deserve that. When you're talking about men and women, children, old and young, going, like, losing their minds for you and losing their money for you. Although I wouldn't necessarily call it losing. They're happy to give it to you because they support you.
Yeah.
You owe it to them to not fake that. You can't. I mean,
Exactly.
don't get me wrong. Idol's all built on fantasy. It's all built on lies and fakeness. But it's like a mutually agreed upon contract as a fan and an idol. Hey, I know that you're supposed to be this happy kidda idol on stage. Maybe you're not like that in real life, but that's okay. But as long as you give me your best on the stage, I'll buy into that fantasy, because that's the kind of idol I like. I like kidda idol. You're giving that to me. That's great. I don't need to know any more, any less. But when that girl who's a kidda idol off the stage is like, I hate my life and want to die, and she's like all gothed out, but then she gets on that stage and she's a kidda idol. As long as she likes doing that, as long as she enjoys the gap and she's having fun
Yeah.
and it's something expressive out of her, I say that's fine. But if you're on that stage and you're like, nah, screw this. Like, why am I here? Like, I'm better than this.
Yeah.
Yeah, get off. Get off. Bye. See you.
Yeah.
There's a
And
million
like
more
that,
idols that will
yeah,
take
that's
place.
exactly what I said. Like, do those people who are like, oh, Sakura should have stayed for long, like, do they want that? Because if she wants to go, let her go.
Yeah,
It's as
let her
simple
go.
as that. That's what I mean. Like, they're not Sakura fans. They are there to see Sakura perform. They want to see HKT, and they want to see HKT battered by Sakura. Which,
Well,
yeah,
yeah, but I to add, wait, there's something else that needs to be said here. Sakuratan had a lot of haters.
yeah,
She
Yeah.
is easily one of the most hated idols ever, and it is. I mean, the amount of bullying. But to be fair, she brought some of that on herself when she's like tweeting about how fat some members are and stuff, and then she
Yeah.
gets busted for it. And she did a whole bunch of things that sort of like, well, you shot yourself in your own foot, girl. But it's still, she had a lot of antis, as Sashi would say. So I think, like, it's interesting she went away to Korea, got like crazy huge, and that was a good move on her part. It was a great business move on her part to stay there. But now she's coming back, and like you said, she's probably thinking, "What am I doing here?" And I hope. Well, if she announced graduation, there's no coming back from that. Like, it doesn't happen
yeah.
in Idol. It's very rare. Like, Joe Errico is probably her, and there's one more girl I think I've ever heard of an AKB actually coming back. I mean, I'm sure there's more, but I mean, I've only heard a couple. But it's like in Sakura's case, you're right. She could go do movies. We know she's great. We saw her in Crow's Blood.
Yeah, and like, there's still the chance that she's joining Hybe, BTS's company, because
Oh,
they
that's
have a
right.
girl group upcoming. There
Yeah.
were the rumors, and Big Hit didn't deny them. They were never denied. So
Interesting.
it could be that, which
It could be.
yeah,
It could be. I mean, as long as she stays in the entertainment world, I'm gonna be happy. Whatever medium
Yeah.
she decides is up to her. But
yeah,
her face, her character, it's a work in progress for sure. But it's a fun progress to watch, because she embodies the idol spirit.
she's
She's
a
not
pro
perfect.
idol. That's
Yeah.
what you call them, a pro idol. But like the others, what do you think? Like, what do you think about this? Well, like Meta.
That Sakura is making the best move for Sakura, and I'm really happy
Yeah.
was on stage on Saturday to just go You know what? If it was me, I would have left immediately to make
Yeah.
people laugh because that could have gone south so fast for everyone
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
stage.
Mm.
Furashika
Oh.
straight up said that if it was me, I would not even have come back. Just
Bye. It's no hi, it's a bye.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it was kind of an awkward situation when everyone was like, okay, so Sakura's on stage. Are you gonna say it? Are you gonna say it?
They're gonna
Huh?
say poke. You're gonna say
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nice that we get this little time with her, but it's nice that we get to see her a few last times as HKT48 Sakura. And then it will be fun and interesting to see where she goes next. And then, continue to follow Nakomiku being adorable together, sitting on stage, being weird, joking around, just having those good moments.
Right.
Now the only one thing left to wait for is when Hee-chan is gonna
Yeah.
appear on, like, I think it's already confirmed when her first appearance will be. I can't remember when, but
I
will
think it's
she
on
announce?
Saturday, Friday or
but
Saturday for the teammate final
The-
tour, maybe.
The question though is she gonna announce graduation as well? I
Who
think
knows?
that's the main question. Because I think if she is gonna graduate, she is gonna announce it right away as well.
Yeah.
If she has plans to go, she won't be waiting like a month to announce it. I think it's gonna be right away. If she doesn't announce it, she's probably staying.
And then she talk about making yogurt again. It's a new
Yeah.
hobby.
Fun. That's a good question. I hadn't really thought about that, but if she will be, it will be at that concert. That would be nice.
Yeah.
It's her team. It's where she started, so that would be nice to go all around back home again. I don't know. It's much like Sakura, where but for different reasons. Where I am indifferent, but on one hand, I'm not sure what she would pick. Maybe if it will happen, it will happen. Maybe she wants to stay, but maybe like
Yeah.
what we assume with Sakura, that that AKB doesn't, or teammate doesn't really have anything to offer to her, and that she's like, I would like to do another challenge somewhere else. Maybe she will stay for another month just to have good closure, or for herself, or for the fans or whatever. Or she will stay. I don't know. I would probably, if I had to bet, she will announce, but I'm very 50-50
Yeah.
on that.
I think the only, like, back to Hee-chan Senta, but I think basically the only way AKB could keep her is if they promise her next Senta. Like, if they promise that you can
Yeah.
send her the next single, that then she would be staying. Otherwise, I feel like she would be having calls from Korea. Maybe not like, individually big ones like, Big Hit, but I feel like companies like Double M, Cheon's company, would be reaching out, like, hey, we're debuting a new girl group. Cheon will be there. Want to join up,
Yeah, I
Because,
doubt
yeah.
she's. Yeah.
Yeah, what's better than one nice one girl? Two wise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But
Eric?
even like, looking at Hee-chan, she has to choose the thing that's gonna make her the most happy, like
Oh, yeah.
Sakura. And Hee-chan, despite not being the most popular member of IZ*ONE, not being the most popular person in AKB, she is way more popular now than she's ever been before.
Oh, yeah.
And she is also going to be an attracting beam for people towards AKB. And she has the right to think that, what, I should at the very least be front row in the next single,
Yeah.
visible. If not, then I want to be on stage shining in front of people as an idol or a dancer,
Yeah.
the thing she wants to do. And it would be weird for AKS or Vernal Awesome to not utilize that kind of
Yeah.
star power.
Agreed.
The only thing I could note that she had said that could hint to her saying is that she's looking for a yoga teacher. But it could be that she's leaving and she's looking for the teacher in Korea,
Who knows?
But she said she's thinking about she brought a yoga mat and she's looking for a yoga teacher. That's what she said.
A yoga mat matching her hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see that.
And like maybe that's a hint, like if she went back to Korea, maybe because she has like a Pilates teacher there, that would she be picking up yoga if she did Pilates in Korea? But maybe she's thinking I could do both. Who knows?
This is going really like tinfoil hat full on, just going, what are they?
Oh wow.
Oh,
You
How
also
important
ask,
is that driver license
you also ask
really?
sons how they like her hair the most. You know,
oh yeah.
that I didn't know how that hints to anything, but you know, who
We'll
knows?
find out.
We'll find out.
We already know she
See.
likes light-colored hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, who could have guessed?
What? No. What? What? I can never
Nah.
tell.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So
Derek, you wanted to talk at one point, I think.
No,
Oh.
no, no. I mean, I'm
Oh,
enjoying.
okay.
I'm very
Oh,
much enjoying.
okay.
You guys covered the
Yeah.
bases.
Yeah,
funny.
like in my I think me and Meta have talked about it before, but our dream lineup is: are you like in the next year? AKB will have 3 singles, 1 Yuna centered, 1 Hitomi centered, and 1 Eri centered. Like that's
Wow.
our ideal. Like
I mean, I
next
wouldn't
year.
complain.
yeah,
Like my only complaint is there needs to be a Tani Marca centered single of some kind.
Figured.
Life will be good. Life will be
Yes,
good.
get good, AKB.
We can start writing notes and sending it to AKS, just going, okay, so we want this, 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 this. Please do it like
Thank you
this.
very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Where is our Yuna single we've been waiting for years?
Can I just say this though? This is gonna sound like massively egotistical, and maybe it is to some degree. But like, I feel like if I could just have AKB for like 4 months, I
Mm.
swear to God,
Yeah,
you know,
it's, no,
Transferring possession
well,
rights.
I wouldn't even say this is egotistical because at the moment, when it comes to AKB's management, nobody there cares at all.
they don't. They don't
Yeah,
at all.
Yeah.
it's like even if you put somebody
Crazy.
who isn't that great there, but somebody who cares, it'll be better. Like,
It'll be because there'll be passion there. It's
yeah,
just you know the frustrating thing about living in this country is that answers are so freaking obvious and nobody takes them. Like the answers to fix AKB are ridiculously easy and
Yeah.
obvious, but
And-
you can't do anything here easy.
yeah.
Anything.
And
You know what I mean?
like just like yesterday, I was on the ATO Cord, like the teammate Discord channel, talking with people about how AKB really needs a variety show and it needs to be online. And sure, they have this OUC thing, but it's so bad. The live streams are bad. The camera shots are bad. The live streams they are boring. It's good content, and they just won't make good online content. God damn CGM online videos
Better.
are getting the same amount of views as OUC videos.
Yeah.
That's
like-
something.
That's
Oh.
something, yeah.
Yeah, that says
Oh,
something about
CGM.
the. Yeah, go follow CGM. Yeah, go love them. And it just says so much about the quality of AKB online content. Just god damn, is it that hard? Do a blog and edit it down to like 20 minutes. Is it that hard? It
No.
shouldn't be. Is it that hard to get like a bunch of girls, sit them down, and have them play Mafia? Is it that hard? It's not.
That'd be
But
fun.
they just want. Yeah, it would be. It doesn't need to be high production value. We
Right.
don't need a TV. We don't even need it to be on TV. We don't need it to be on TV, which nobody watches anymore, all at a time when nobody is awake. We don't need
Right.
that anymore. We're beyond that. Give us online content. It doesn't need to be like fancy sets because in the end, it's just the girls have to be funny. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, you literally just make the content, you make it available online. If you want to put it behind a paywall, make that paywall
Yeah.
easy to navigate. Done.
Yeah.
And
And
like,
it just needs
yeah,
the tiniest bit of effort and care. Somebody
all you
needs to
need.
give a shit. That's it.
Sad part is they got a lot of fans that do care. Still, even after all these years, I'm talking some of the old
Yeah.
diehard
Yeah.
ones still keeping the flame, man, still guarding the wall, and like
And
it's just crazy they don't
it's-
see that.
painful how they wasted the opportunity Produce 48K gave them. Because, I'm one of the fans who checked AKB out from Produce 48.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm one of those people. And, like, I checked AKB out, but in the end, I ended up latching on to Kakitaka instead of them. Because they just didn't provide anything for me to latch onto,
Mm.
I watched the shows for a while. I watched some HKT shows and stuff, and in the end, I just ended up elsewhere. Sure, now that I have friends who I talk with about them, I pay attention to them, but it's not like, I'm not like head over heels in love with them, basically. Even though with Meta, I have now fallen for DGM, and independently, I've fallen for SGO, and things have happened.
Hmm.
But
Good things happen eventually. in
yeah,
the
but
end.
they
Yeah.
didn't really capitalize on Produce 48 at all, I would say, which is
Ah,
sad
well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's sad.
Mhm.
Yeah,
because
what can
it
you
did
do?
have a lot of people checking them out.
Mm.
Just
Oh well.
what can you do?
Yes.
What can you do?
I
Like,
know
they
what.
only get. You talk.
No, go ahead.
They only gave us like No Way Man, which I think is AKB's opinion on what K-pop fans like. Which
No.
no,
No.
Kea was always much closer to that. I would say. And it's interesting because Kea does have, well, Saku Sakana does have a really big international fandom, I would say. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Can't
the
even meet
biggest,
them.
the biggest of the 46 groups. And
I mean, Silent Majority was such a monster hit, and then you
yeah,
have when they did Fuku on it, that wrote it.
Yep.
Fitari Eyes on. When you have
yeah,
1, 2, 3 like that, you're just crushing it.
yeah.
Sad what happened to them,
And
but
Sakurasaki is doing good as well. I like the direction they're going. They're actually doing a live for their third row members, just for the
nice.
third row members, which is
Nice.
just, yes, right decision. Well done.
Smart, very smart. Give
Yeah,
them a chance to shine. Duh.
yeah. Ah. Anything else?
Something interesting to two people who are very close to one another happened that I found I really like hearing it. The Tomomi sisters, Itano. Well, Kasai announced marriage,
Yep.
which is good. I'm like, awesome for you that you finally announced marriage. But something else, her sister had a little bit of a more interesting thing to be said, and that's that Itano is pregnant, and which is awesome. I'm very happy for her. When she made a
Yes.
video, I clicked on the video, and I knew I knew she was pregnant before the video. Like I already saw the news, but when you watch that video, you can kind of tell that she's pregnant. Something about this. She's radiating,
Yeah, she's
and
radiating.
I'm very happy for her. I'm interested in what she will do. I think she will kind of keep a diary, which, okay, interesting. Something that she can do. It's something extra. So I'm very happy for both of them. They're both 30. They're from 1991. So it's good for them that that Kasai is now married to. What was he? Something acrobatics. I don't know. I forgot what he was. But good for them.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for that. It's one of those tiny little things. Awesome. Good for you.
Yeah,
I'm
and
very happy.
yeah, and then on top of other tiny little things like that, with like last time, if you
Thank you.
people remember, I was really mad at MNL and I didn't want to talk about it, and that was because, and now it's because their member Bray, we thought she had been kicked out, but recently they just told her no, she was just suspended, which I'm really happy for because I'm pretty sure she might be the first AK-48G member to have a gay dating scandal, which I fully support. You go, girl. So I'm glad she wasn't kicked out, basically,
Mhm.
which is good stuff.
Yes.
And my girls SGO finally got movement on their original song, the top 7 original song. They posted I think you can pre-order it and buy merch now, and they are picking bands to be in the music video. I think.
Mm.
Not sure. Google Translate is SC.
Ah, right.
Very
But,
good. Very good source.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that it's that, or for a music video viewing, and I'm really excited for that because the song from all the teasers we've had sounds really, really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Anything else?
I think we have everything.
Yeah, I think
Or
we got it covered
something.
mostly, I
Everything.
would say. So I would say let's go into the recommendations. So Colin, any recommendations?
This weekend, hopefully, if it goes through, I think it will go through, is Michan's graduation concert, which
Ooh.
will be very sad. It is on Saturday, if I recall correctly. Should be fun, but also sad. I look forward to it, but I don't look forward to crying.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
hope that we'll have a good time. Maybe no sleeves would be awesome.
that would be awesome.
Also a
that'd be
chance
rad.
for Achan and Itano and even Yuko to
Oh.
appear for the last time. But who knows? I'm not holding onto anything. Maybe a guest. That would be awesome. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Oh well. That's something I look forward to, and I think plenty of people will also watch that. It's the final swan song of the last first generation who kept on going with AKB. So I look forward to that.
Meta.
For me,
Oh,
Mete,
Maria.
you go. Mete, you go.
Yeah, so BNK is releasing concept teasers for the 10th
yeah.
single. So tomorrow, I think they're starting a new vote. So BNK will release like 3 short clips, and then you can vote on their Facebook page for like a day for which clip you want to be included in the MV. It's
Mhm.
like a fun interactive thing, and it's like super short.
Oh yeah.
And you get like you hear like one tiny second of the song and just go, "Oh, that sounded nice, but it's over. Can I have the MV instead, please?"
Giving a little
But
bit and then hoping that they
Yeah,
want more.
yeah,
exactly.
but I think they might release it soon, so keep your eyes out for that. CGM is still doing the We Will From Home show on YouTube. They're doing the Dorm show that I don't know the full title of, but check it out. It's still there are subs version out there that you can find. I think I have it still on my Twitter, or else you can just search for it on CGM tags.
Very good.
Very
So
good.
keep an eye out for it, and please support both CGM and BNK.
Very cool.
Yes, Maria.
For me, go check out the Ice1 members' Instagrams. Like Hairone has an Instagram. Cheon has a puppy Instagram. You
Yay.
won't see Cheon on it,
Puppy,
but you will see her puppy.
yeah,
Oh wow.
Close
but it's
enough.
a puppy.
Close
Cute.
enough. Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. What more can you ask for? What else is there? Not much. All the releases I've been looking forward to have been released in a few days, so Watch Eurovision, yes.
Yeah,
And maybe you dare,
Norway.
I don't know, tune in for the finals or something.
Yes.
Mm.
For me, I would say check out Everglow next week. It should be arriving on the 25th of May, so check that one out.
Week.
And next week,
Is
basically.
NMB coming out next week? Or is
Sorry?
it
Sorry?
NMB the MV?
I think so. Not sure.
I don't know. I forgot. It will be out at one point.
Yeah, true.
Then watch it when it's out.
Yeah, true.
Finally.
Yes. Oh well.
Hopefully. We'll see.
Yes. And Derek, take it away.
Right. So I definitely agree that the big thing this is to check out Michan's graduation live. That's going to be very important. If you are a fan of AKB, I don't think that's something you should miss if you can help it, because she is the only remaining first gen member. I'm not going to hold my breath about first gen members showing up. I think they all kind of got that out of their system with Takamina graduated. I don't think they feel any need or obligation to go for anyone else after that. But that being said, I also wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of them in the crowd or backstage, or like they're not going to make a big public spectacle. But that would be a very Japanese thing to do. Is like, oh, I'll go support you, but I'll be hiding in the back with my mask, 12 masks on. You can't know who I am, and that would be probably the way I could see that going. And then later we'll see the Instagram and Twitter pics of them all together,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Oh wait a minute, I didn't remember that from the live." Yeah, it's because it didn't happen during it, you idiot. But you know what I mean. So that regardless of that, I think just watch for the fact that you're talking about one of the most iconic members in AKB. Unfortunately, iconic for the wrong reason, but iconic nonetheless. And
Yes.
so I think also she's put her time in. She's the last one standing. You got to give her credit for that. And so that's the big one. Two more. My documentary, of course. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out on Gumroad.com. Just type in The Flowers of Passion and Gumroad search engine. It'll come right up. And that's 5 episodes of pure idol stuff that I'm part of, the Chica world. And if you have any interest in that side of the Idol universe, please give it a shot. It I feel like it tells the story I wanted to tell with it, but the story kind of told itself. So I think that's kind of fun when you can watch a doc where that's legit the case. There's no agenda. It's just me filming, and there you go. Last thing is on Monday on the 24th, Okinawa Densha Sayachan is having another online techie session. She's one of the very first to do one of those sessions with me a while back, and now she's coming back for a second one. And I would love to see her get a lot of love and support. She's very shy, considering her powerful Okinawan voice that she got when she performs. It's insane that she can't really form sentences that easily with fans and stuff. It's also too she doesn't speak English, so she's very shy. But it would be great to see people from here to go there. So if you come here for this and you want to get a little bit more into Idol, I encourage you to start with something like an online techie session where you can actually meet the girls without actually meeting them and getting that weird nervousness that you get when you're 2 inches in front of them,
Yeah.
which I still get. I've been working with them a
Same.
long time.
Same here.
But you know, Saya-chan's she's a sweet girl. She's really amazing, and I'd love to see people support. You could buy her Checky ticket, which gets you, she'll sign a Checky for you live per ticket. Yeah, you can go to Idol Underworld and make your purchase there. That's idolunderworld.com. COM. And we all done today. And that's all she said. And take it away. Okay, sorry.
Wow. That would have been that would have been a bit interesting ending. But in any case, with that, we've come to the end of this episode. I would say bye, everyone.
Cheers. Bye.
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 See you later.
Bye. Okay. Subscribe. Like.
All those things.